What is going on, guys? Eric White in the building, and no, I did not choose my last name, unfortunately. Hope you guys are all doing well, and you can see from the title of this video already what we're going to be talking about, and that is the iPhone 11 leaks and rumors. Now, I already did a video on all the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 leaks and rumors. That video was right there. Now, this phone is set to come out a couple of months after the Note 10s come out, and to be honest with you guys, there's really not that much to talk about. I want to start off by looking at the renders of what this phone looks like. Now you can see already in that top left corner that basically it's going to be centered around all kind of camera features and just enhancing the camera in general. On the iPhone 11R, we see that there are two cameras instead of the one camera that we saw in last year's model. And actually on the 11 Max, 11S, whatever they decide to call it, there's actually going to be three cameras. So based on these pictures, we can assume that there's going to be a lot of camera features, a lot of enhancements to the camera as a whole. Now, the first thing that I want to bring to your attention is the fact that there's not going to be any change in screen sizes. Just like this year, they're going to have two OLED models and one LCD model. Those two OLED models being the 5.8 iPhone 11, the 6.5-inch iPhone 11 Max, and then the LCD model being the iPhone 11R. And just like I mentioned previously, those iPhone 11s are going to have that triple rear camera setup, but sadly, it looks like it's only going to be reserved for that iPhone 11 Max. I guess this is supposed to be some kind of way to persuade people to go for that Max. It's very similar to what they do with the iPhone 7 as well as the iPhone 8, having those dual cameras on the Plus versions of their phones, and they're going to be doing the exact same thing with the Max version. And with that said, the triple rear camera is going to be reserved specifically for that Max. We're going to have two cameras on the iPhone 11, and then we're going to have two cameras also on the iPhone 11R, which is a bump up from the one camera that it had in last year's model. Now, that new third camera is actually supposed to be an ultra wide sensor lens. I'm not exactly sure how many megapixels that lens will be, but it's supposed to be a higher megapixel count than all the other two lenses on the back of the phone, and that's going to give you a wide angle as well as give you more increased zoom as well as more detailed photos whenever you take them. Now, that other lens on the iPhone 11R is also supposed to do the same thing. I'm not exactly sure what the megapixel count is, but it also will be a little bit higher and give you more increased zoom to give you more detailed photos when you do decide to zoom in. There's also supposed to be another feature that allows you to put people back into the photo after they've been cut off. Now, I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I'm guessing Apple is coming up with some kind of software enhancement that lets you, if someone is out of the frame slightly, or if someone's shoulder or the top of their head gets cut off, they're supposed to be including some kind of feature that fixes that and makes it better, less obvious. I'm not exactly sure, but we are going to be seeing something very similar with this in the new iPhone 11s. Now, that feature that Samsung released a couple of months ago called PowerShare is also going to be making its way to these iPhones 11, which is really great to see. Now, PowerShare, for those who don't know, with the Samsung Galaxy S10s, if you put your Galaxy Buds case on the back of the Samsung Galaxy S10, you would actually be able to wirelessly charge your Galaxy Buds through the Samsung Galaxy S10 and give it charge, basically. And with these iPhone 11s, Maka Takara, one of the biggest Apple analysts in the world, says that the iPhone 11s will share that similar feature with these new batch of Apple AirPods. Now, I'm not sure if this is true or if it's likely to even come to pass, but there's supposedly rumors about the iPhone 11s coming with a different charging cable. Now, I'm gonna be 100% honest, I very highly doubt that it's going to end up being USB Type-C. USB Type-C would be amazing, and I think that should be the standard. It's way faster than the Lightning cable. You can charge better with it. There's a lot of features, and that's a completely separate video, but I don't think Apple is just ready yet to jump ship to USB Type-C. And it's sad to say that. Now, this rumor could easily be wrong, and I don't think they're ready to jump to USB Type-C yet, so I think we can easily dismiss this one. Now, the other good news, and I'm actually really hoping that we actually get to see this happen, I'm both fingers and toes crossed for this one, is the fact that they might bundle an 18-watt charger with these new iPhone 11s. Now, even if they only reserve that for the iPhone 11 Maxes, that is a huge step forward. If you had any Plus version of a phone, the iPhone 6s Plus, the 7 Plus, the 8 Plus, even the 10s Max, specifically the 10s Max by itself could be used as an example, you would know that trying to charge that took 3 hours. It could take easily 3 hours to charge it with the proprietary wall adapter that they gave you inside of the box with your new iPhone. And that 5-watt charger was not good enough to be charging that big of a phone, that big of a battery, especially in a quick amount of time. So the 18-watt charger that we are getting in the iPads right now, that's actually going to be bundled with these new iPhone 11s, and I'm hoping they at least do this with the iPhone 11 Maxes or whatever they decide to call the phone, because I guarantee you, if they do decide to stay with that 5-watt charger, there is going to be riots, there's going to be street vandalization, there's going to be a lot of stuff going wrong, and I'm just hoping and praying that they actually end up coming through with this, because their phones are way too powerful and way too big to be charging with some 5-watt adapter. With that little rant out of the way, we'll also be seeing a bump up to a 12 megapixel front facing camera from the 7 megapixel front facing cameras that we've seen in the previous models. We should also be seeing a change from a 4-element lens to a 5-element lens. I'm not exactly 100% sure on what this means. It's good news either way, just more parts, I guess, to give you a better picture. But yeah, we should be seeing that kind of upgrade in the new iPhone 11 cameras. Now, the other two things that we should be expecting on these new iPhone 11s and 11Rs is the new A13 chip. Now, this A13 chip isn't necessarily going to be breaking any kind of records. It's already miles better. The A12 chip by itself is miles better than any other chipset that's out right now, putting up better numbers, putting up better Geekbenches, and just overall more power savvy, I guess you could say. So A13 chip, I don't expect anything significantly upgraded. It should be more power efficient and everything like that that usually comes with the chipset every year, but nothing too crazy. They're also going to be sticking with that same 7nm processor that they had with their last year's phone, because the 5nm processor was not ready in time for these phones and will be shipped with the next batch of iPhones in 2020. Now, that is it right there. That's all the leaks and rumors that we have on the new iPhone so far, and this is where we move into section 2 of what I think about these iPhones. To put it plainly, this is probably a skip for a lot of people. Just like last year was a skip, this year is probably a skip. They're specifically focusing on the camera features of these phones, because the camera is mainly what sells. A lot less people are starting to not go get DSLRs, not getting mirrorless cameras and everything like that. They're starting to use their phone to take pictures, and I guess for a lot of people that's good, and they're going to go for these phones specifically for that. They just want a point and shoot camera, and they don't want to think about a whole bunch of things. They don't care about shooting raw. So in that aspect, it makes 100%. I understand that completely. But as far as the people who are already on an iPhone and who want a better upgrade and who want something new, this phone isn't necessarily bringing anything new. And to be honest with you, some of the features that I just listed, they might put in a software update for iOS 13. So then it's really not going to be necessary to go get this year's iPhones. And once again, I don't think this year is going to be a worthy upgrade. Even if you're on the iPhone 8, I don't see a reason why you should go out and get this phone. They're probably going to be similarly priced, starting at $1,000 for the 11, and it could possibly go up to $1,600 this year for the iPhone 11 Maxes, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that. But as far as upgrade worthiness for this year's iPhones, I'm just going to say no. But that's all I got for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. That is all I got for you. If you guys want to go read the full page of leaks and rumors, I will have that link down below for you guys. If you guys like the video, make sure you go down below, click that like button, and turn it blue. If you guys are new, make sure you click the sub button, join Innovation Nation. Go do one good deed today. And just like always, I will see you guys in the next one.